Alright, my name is Danny Song. I'm a RA in Waters, and last night I was on duty, and we were just checking out the news. You know, saw the tornadoes were coming, but like, tornadoes come through Jackson all the time, and I didn't really think anything about it. But as the night progressed, like, it just sounded worse and worse, and then we were standing there, me and Mario, just looking out, and then Matt Taylor and Aaron Gilbert came running into the commons, and they're like, we need to take cover now. We need to get out, or not get out, but we need to take cover. And we looked outside the door, and we could see the funnel forming and about to come down. It was really low, and so we started running back, and then the door swung open. So Matt Taylor actually ran back to try to close the door, and I remember watching him do that, and I turned around for a second, and then the windows just exploded, and I hit the floor, and everything just fell on us. Me and Matt were the only ones that were trapped. Well, actually there were some other guys in the bathroom, but I remember being trapped, and I was crouched over trying to protect myself, and then a couch came rammed up to my side, and then the ceiling fell on me, and I remember like trying to get up, and I just couldn't move anything. So I just felt helpless, and they came and dug out Matt first, and then they came and dug me out. The whole thing, I think I was under there, they told me, for about 2 hours. But yeah, they got me out. So I don't know. Every second I felt like I was okay. My legs were under me, so they weren't getting any blood to them, so I couldn't feel my legs, and that scared me that you know, depending on how long I would be down there, there might be permanent damage to my legs. And so I knew I was going to survive. I knew I was going to live, pretty much. But I was just afraid of when I was going to get out, and how long it would take, and what kind of damage I would have afterwards. And I was just scared. I was praying, of course. And at the time, you know, it just seemed so bad. But looking back on it now, like, everything that happened is contributed to saving my life and making sure I got out of there with no injuries. Even though I was in a very uncomfortable position that prevented me from breaking any bones. I only had minor bruises and scratches. But I just remember thinking, man, I was so helpless. I couldn't do anything to help myself, and I just had to wait on people to come get me. And so I was totally dependent on other people, which just made me feel so vulnerable. And you know, I was just scared. I was worried about people. I didn't know anything on the outside. I didn't know who else was hurt. I didn't know if my roommates were okay. And I was just asking about people, but I just couldn't hear anything. And I remember I had my phone in my pocket, and my phone rang several times, and I was thankful every time it rang. I couldn't reach it. I couldn't get it, but every time it rang, I knew that someone else that I knew was alive, and they were trying to reach me, and so that made me thankful. And I was praying. I had so much pain, I really couldn't pray for myself, but I was praying for others, that you know, everyone else would be safe.